Hi everyone, and welcome to the Effective CTO channel. My name is Raphael, and today we're going to talk about a super important psychological concept you have to know in your daily work. Otherwise, you will have misjudgments and biases, and it's just bad if you don't know it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also give me a thumbs up if you like what you see. Hi everyone. So the concept we're talking about today is called what you see is all there is. And this is yet another concept that was crafted and made public by Daniel Kahneman. He describes this in his book Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow very well. By the way, Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow is a really good book, and you should definitely read it and check it out. So the book in general is about, let's recap that a little bit. The book in general is about the concept that we as human beings, we are thinking in two systems. There is the fast system and then there is the slow system. The fast system is, for instance, when you're driving your car, you can do this effortlessly, right? So you're just running your car, you don't have to think about this. It's easy, it just works. The other system is the slow system. So if you have to do some mathematics calculation or mathematical calculations, let's say 1755 times 744, that's not like driving, it's different. You have to really think about this. And it takes effort and it's a little bit annoying. And so what we as human beings do, we always prefer the fast system, you know. We have this heuristics in place and we have this judgment and often this judgment and the heuristics are really good, but sometimes not. And yeah, what you see is all there is exactly about this. I'll give you an example. So for one of my last contracts, I was in charge of the performance reviews for my reports. The problem was that my reports, of course, were working for the company for a couple of years already. And I was just there for a couple of, let's say, weeks or months. So I didn't know what they did the whole year. And if the performance reviews were for the whole year, I only knew a fraction of that. So at first, what I did is I just thought about them. I wrote down what I did. I thought about the last quarter, what they did. And I had this strong bias towards really thinking, okay, all they did in the last quarter, this is what they did the whole year, and this is what the performance is about. Yeah, but this is a bias, right? So the reports were working for the whole year. They were doing an awesome job the whole year, and just judging what they did by one quarter, that's wrong, right? That's a bias. And so the important thing is there that you notice that bias and then you take into account the whole year. And this is exactly what I did. So I noticed that bias, one quarter is not the whole year. I took into account what they did the whole year, and I made this a really fair judgment. And I also helped anyone in the performance review committee that was involved at that time to really see the whole year, even though, you know, we always have this bias that something that comes easy. So I know what this person did in the last quarter. I know what that person did in the last week. This person did an awesome job in the last week. This person, I didn't see that person, so might not be that good. That's of course totally wrong. I made sure to take into account the whole year, and this led to a much better judgment. And this is the concept, what you see is all there is. The closer in terms of time something is to you, the more, let's say, the more highly present it will be in your brain. And the thoughts then come easy to your brain, and you take this into account, and you think about the person easily. The same concept also happens with if someone works in an office just a little bit away from you. So you have two reports. One report sits directly next to you. You talk to the person every minute, let's say. No, maybe not minute. Often. And then you have another report that sits away, let's say 2-4 offices away from you. And you don't see that person that often. So when you have to judge those people intuitively, you will make a mistake. You will rate the person that you're talking to very often much, much better than the person that sits away a little bit more. or far away. And you have to know that bias, and you have to actively combat that bias and activate your slow system to really make sure that you take into account all the information you have. What you see is all there is. Did this bias